Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Solon Education Television's continued production of Solon Comet Athletics. Solon Education Television is under the direction of Joe Ferenci. My name is Chuck Chokina. Happy to be with you on this Saturday afternoon, bringing you the contest which likely is going to decide the Greater Cleveland Conference Championship between the Medina Battling Bees and your Solon Lady Comets. Each team comes into this one with one loss in the league with one game remaining, and so therefore the team that comes out on top of this one is likely going to go on to win the conference championship. It was basically a three-team race here in the GCC this year between Brunswick, Medina, and Solon. Solon are the defending champs. The Lady Comets went through the league last year undefeated, but going out to Medina just a couple of short weeks ago, they dropped a 74-50 game. They had to play without two of their starters. Both Cheyenne Hatcher and Nia Booker were out of that one. So the Comets have learned to play another way, how to win in a different fashion without those two players. In that game that Medina defeated Solon a couple of weeks ago, the final was 74-50. They match up extremely well with the Comets insofar as they're a big physical team. They're led by their sophomore, number 12, Olivia Klanick. You will see the ball in her hands a lot. She scored 35 points in that game a couple of weeks ago. They are also led by their post player, senior 6-foot Kayla Joyner. She's going to jump up against Erica Olszewski to start this one, and Medina controls the opening tap. Haley Johnson will work against Sophia Lance between the circles, passes right wing to Joyner. She gets doubled right away, having trouble getting out of it. She manages to get it to Miley Roberts. The senior does a step-through move in the lane, and Erica Olszewski pulls down the board, hands to Morgan Blackford to her sister Mackie. Mackie drives baseline against Johnson, finds Olszewski. Olszewski takes a dribble, gives to Kaylin Gaiman, right wing. Between the circles to Lance, Mackie Blackford will launch the three. She left it short. Johnson comes down with the board for Medina into the front court right away. There's Olivia Klanick, number 12 for Medina. She tries a running 10-footer, and Olszewski tried to draw the charge, didn't get it. Miley Roberts with the follow, the senior 5'11" post player. 2 points for Medina. We're a minute in. Mackie Blackford passes right wing to her sister Morgan. Morgan gives it out to Gaiman to Mackie. Mackie's going to drive the lane, lay it up right-handed. No good, but she got fouled on the way to the rim. They're going to call Haley Johnson for the hack. It's the first foul on Medina, the first team foul. Mackie Blackford at the line shooting 2 shots. Mackie went last week against Brunswick for 34 points and led the Comets to a 61-49 victory on a particularly hot shooting night for her. She splits the pair. Roberts with the board, and immediately Solon jumps into full court pressure, trying to turn the Bees over. Klanick gets trapped, throws cross court to Joyner. Joyner into the front court against Olszewski. Finds Bobie. Kate Bobie, senior, 5'9", standing under the basket. You know, that's the thing they did the last time in this game, in the game out at Medina, was they were able to beat pressure, and Joyner was able to make some good passes. Here, Erica Olszewski draws a foul on Olivia Klanick, setting a screen. The Comets have been particularly adept in recent weeks at drawing charges, setting their feet in stone, and getting contact. We'll see how the officials call it here tonight, but right there they called it in favor of Solon as Olszewski set a screen. She sets another one, and she's going to get another foul called against, this time, number 5, Haley Johnson. That's going to be her second. And they're going to have to sub in Addie Shook. Comes into the ball game for the Bees. Mackie Blackford holds And we're going to get another foul. Wow, this time, Olszewski again, who's been really adept at getting charges. Olivia Klanick ran into the screen. Olszewski made it look real good that the contact knocked her over, and that's the second foul called on Klanick, and she's going to have to sit. That's a big foul. Number 21, Izzy Kirka Jr. checks in. Backdoor cut by Morgan Blackford, gets swatted out of bounds. That was Bobby, the senior. But Klanick and Johnson, their starting guards, have to sit early, each with 2 fouls. That's going to be pivotal. We'll see what happens as a result. But Mackie Blackford about to inbound. It's a 4-1 Battling Bee lead. Blackford finds her sister, but there's help there. And Shook comes away with it. And it's going to be number 10, Bobby, is going to have to run the show. Joyner on the wing, being guarded by Olszewski. Dishes to Miley Roberts, the senior, who stepped out of bounds. And it'll go back over to the Lady Comets. Medina's content to pack the paint with their size and play help side defense. And you'll see them playing a step or two off the Comets when they go to drive, trying to give them room. Mackie Blackford gets a pass from her sister. She's between the circles. She finds Olszewski. Back to Mackie, who launches the 15-footer. No good. Kayla Joyner comes down with the rebound, and Bobby now has to handle the ball for Medina. Gives it left wing. That's Miley Roberts. She gives it to Kirka. Kirka to Joyner. 10-footer, no good. Rebound came to Kirka. Kirka hands to Shook. She'll launch an 18-footer and bury it. That's a 2-pointer. And the Battling Bees are out to a 6-1 lead with their leading scorer, Olivia Klanick, sitting on the bench. And their starting 2 guard, Haley Johnson, also on the bench. In that game 2 weeks ago, the Battling Bees shot a whopping 49% from the field to the Comets' 30%. That's not the usual for either squad. And so the question becomes here at home, can the Comets defend their home court, but more importantly, can they shoot better than they did down in Medina? But the game has taken a turn. Erica Olszewski drew a couple of charging fouls that could prove pivotal, as both Olivia Klanick and Haley Johnson for Medina, their starting 2 guards, are seated on the bench firmly with 2 fouls apiece. Erica Olszewski looks for Morgan Blackford, cutting hard in the lane. And there's the layup, cutting the Medina lead to 6-3. Kayla Joyner, senior, kind of got away with a travel there. Handed it to Kirka. Kirka gave it to Shook, and Shook traveled with the basketball. So basically the contrast in this one is the Solon wants to speed you up, turn you over, use their speed, turn this into a track meet as much as they can. Medina wants to slow it down and play half court. Erica Olszewski, right wing, had Morgan Blackford, didn't give it to her. To Lance, to Mackie, back to Morgan. Morgan working against Bobby, throws it up with the left hand, no good. Miley Roberts with the board, hands it to Kate Bobby in the backcourt with pressure from Kaylin Gaiman. 10-second count getting long. Finds Shook. Shook to Roberts. Roberts left wing. See where Medina goes for points. Joyner had Olszewski go over her back in the post there. Now, the other thing that happened in that game 2 weeks ago, we get a sub, Kaylee Levenhagen, checking in for Erica Olszewski, who sits down with 1 foul. Was the Bees out-rebounded Solon 42-19, so they used their physical size and presence to outboard the Comets. Here the Comets get the rebound. Mackie Blackford now tries to drive. Levenhagen can't control the board. But Blackford gets it back, finds Kaylin Gaiman. She's under pressure, and the ball's batted away and comes to Kirka. Kirka to Bobby, left-hand layup. She missed it. Levenhagen on the board. I think they're going to get Roberts for over the back. They are. think that's Sylvie Hip that came in the game. I don't have a number 15. But Mia Patriarcho checks in for the Lady Comets. Morgan Blackford, right wing, around a pick by Levenhagen. Goes to the left, had it swatted, and Joyner comes away with it. She's got her eyes up. And Morgan Blackford batted it away, and Levenhagen gets it to her. Being chased by Bobie, throws it up, and she gets fouled. Kayla Joyner kind of got sped up there. She's a good ball handler for a post player, and she's particularly adept at passing. But there she got stripped in the front court, and Levenhagen saw Blackford ahead of the pack. So she's got 2 shots. First one she knocks down. #24, Kylie O'Cull has to check in for Kate Bobie. So 3 backcourt players for Medina are on the bench right now with foul trouble. They have 6 team fouls. Inbound play comes to Joyner, and she's got somebody wide open under the basket. I think that's, I don't have a number 15. That may be Sylvie Hip. But she was open, and Joyner missed her ahead of the pack. So it's a 6-5 ball game. Medina is out in front, but they've got foul trouble. 6 team fouls already. We're just 5 minutes gone by here in the first. Just 1 team foul against the Lady Comets. Mackie Blackford gives to Erica Olszewski. Cross court to Kaylin Gaiman to Blackford. Fakes the 3. Gives it back to Gaiman to Olszewski. Olszewski working against Joyner. Gets into the lane, throws it up on the rim and in. She has a step on Joyner, and she used it. And the Bees are having trouble. Here we go now. Can they break full court pressure? And Coach Karen Case wisely calls a 30-second timeout, as the battling Bees were going to have trouble getting it over the 10-second line. We're at 7-6. The Comets are out to a 1-point lead, and it's been a physical game thus far. And the story so far is that Medina has foul trouble. Addie Shook, the freshman that's in the game right now, had to replace Haley Johnson. Kate Bobie, another guard, had to come out for Kylie O'Cull. And Olivia Klanick, their star sophomore, had to come out. So they're hard pressed right now. Let's see if they can handle the ball. Joyner gets it ahead. That's Shook in the corner. Now inside, laying it up and in is Kylie O'Cull, the junior, number 24. And the lead switches back to the Bees. Mackie Blackford gives to Morgan. Morgan's going to drive. She's going to have it stripped. And Shook controls it. Just a freshman, Addie Shook, showing ball handling ability. They're going to need that. They go inside, laying it up, and we're going to get a blocking foul called. Mia Patriarcho, I thought she had position. That's going to be Izzy Kirka, the junior, that's going to go to the line. She tried the floater there inside. She's got 2 shots. She knocks down the first. Raquel Thompson, Sophia Lance check in. Ashley Kohler, number 25, checks in for the Bees. It's a 10-7 ball game in favor of Medina. Mackie Blackford brings it up. Around a pick by Olszewski. She rolls the basket, but there's help side defense, and they get the strip. Izzy Kirka came off her man and got the steal. O'Cull tried to go to the hole, had it stripped. We get a tie-up, and it's going to be in favor of the Comets. Again, the contrast, the Bees are happy to play half-court defense and use their size and length to play help side and give the Comets a step or two. there. Olszewski got stripped, and Medina will have a chance to extend their 3-point lead. Kirka, right wing, gives it to Shook. Shook working against Olszewski. Throws it into the lane. She threw it away. Good defense there by Erica. Morgan Blackford checks in. And number 3, Jenna White, a junior, checks in for Medina. They're running out players that they wouldn't normally, but the circumstances dictate as they've got foul trouble. Mackie Blackford hands to Levenhagen, to her sister Morgan. Mackie got it from 3. She ties the game. Now she can knock down threes from a couple of steps outside that line. That's what makes her dangerous, because then you got to play up on her and she'll drive right past you. And here we got Medina, the backcourt, with trouble, and they turn it over. Just 49 seconds left here in the first period. We're square at 10. Kaylee Levenhagen's going to get tied up. That's going to favor Medina now. And they're going to be in a 4 across press break. They're not sure what they're in right now. Comets are not going to take this press off anytime soon with 3 guards sitting the bench for Medina. That's White freshly into the game. Dangerous pass. And the Comets almost tied her up, but Karen Case called a timeout. I think they're debating if Case called a timeout or if she was calling for a foul to be called. Oh, none of it. Neither. Coach Cruzy doesn't like that. They had her tied up, and now Medina retains possession. That's Jenna White into the front court, being hounded by Sophia Lance. It's Addie Shook, freshman. She'll shoot a 10-footer. No good. We're going to get a foul called on Raquel Thompson. She went over the back of Izzy Kirka. Miley Roberts checks in for Medina. Mia Patriarcho for the Lady Comets. Kirka to trigger. Gives to Jenna White in the corner. And good steal there. Ashley Kohler got caught. Morgan Blackford hands to Sophia Lance. 3 in the air, no good. And Izzy Kirka with the board. And they can't get a shot up before the end of the quarter, and we are locked at 10. We'll head to the second quarter all tied up. See you after this timeout. Back here at Solon High School, second quarter action. The first quarter was everything we could have hoped for. It was deadlocked at 10. An interesting quarter, to say the least. But here we go, second quarter action. Sophia Lance, hands right wing. Erica Olszewski had Morgan Blackford inside, cross-courted it to Lance, to Mackie Blackford, to Gaiman, back to Morgan, to Olszewski. They swing it, Lance to Mackie in the corner, being hounded by Haley Johnson. Morgan Blackford now is going to drive with the left, lays it up, got it. And the Bees have reinserted at least their their 2-guard, Haley Johnson, to help break this press. Addie Shook, the freshman, just got fouled, and Comets are now up to 4 team fouls. The Bees have 6. Haley Johnson working against Mackie Blackford. Throws it to, that's Kylie O'Cull. And that pressure defense is showing. The question becomes, when is Coach Case going to get Olivia Klanick back in the game? They've got to hold her back a bit, as they cannot afford to lose her. So as long as this game is close, I would suspect that she's going to sit there for a bit. Mackie Blackford buried the three. She went for 34 points just a week ago against Brunswick. Here's Sophia Lance with the steal to Morgan, and Morgan gets hacked by Miley Roberts. Nice pass there. Good steal and pass by Sophia Lance on the press. But the bigger this lead gets, the tougher the decision is for Coach Case, as she's trying to hold Olivia Klanick back. She is the engine that makes them go. Morgan Blackford knocks down the first of 2 free throws, extending the Comets' lead to 6. She makes the second one, and we get a sub. Roberts sits. Izzy Kirka checks in. She gets the basketball, pass fake, gives it to Haley Johnson. They've got a 3-on-1. Kayla Joyner gets stuffed by Sophia Lance. It's the second time in as many weeks as Sophia's swatting people. And Kirka can't finish on the inbound. Morgan Blackford goes the other way, throws cross court to her sister, who's going to launch the three and bury it. Solon's out to a 10-point lead here early in the second. Kayla Joyner looks ahead, finds Izzy Kirka, who's going to finish, cutting the Solon lead to 8. And Mackie Blackford continues her hot shooting ways. She now has 8 of the Comets' 20 points. Sophia Lance not shy about the 3 ball. She missed it. Kayla Joyner with the board. She's going to get doubled, and she turns it over. The ball's on the floor. Levenhagen manages to get it to Morgan Blackford, who drives. And we're going to get a foul called. They're calling it on the floor. No, we're going to get 2 shots. They're going to call that on Kirka. That's the 8th team foul against the Bees. And Morgan Blackford knocks down the first of 2. The Comets are out to a 9-point lead. And here comes Olivia Klanick, the sophomore, for Medina. Six minutes to go here in the second. Morgan's second is going to sit on the rim. Don't see that too often. That goes the possession arrow, and that will be Medina's basketball. Still sitting there. Is it like golf? You get 10 seconds for it to fall in? Let's have Levenhagen go get it. All right, so Olivia Klanick to trigger in the backcourt, and Comet pressure is paying off. That's for sure. They're giving Medina fits. They're going to go for the touchdown throw. Joyner's going to get into the front court, lay it up and in. They just sent Joyner deep on the Hail Mary. Morgan Blackford will drive. Just throw it up, no good. We're going to get a foul called. I think they're going to get Morgan. Levenhagen sits for Olszewski. I think Patriarcho is going to come in for Raquel Thompson. Klanick again to trigger. To Kirka. Izzy Kirka against pressure. She'll beat it. She'll look at the 15-footer. She passed it up. Addie Shook will not. Missed the 3 ball. Mackie Blackford into the front court. Finds her sister, who lays it up and in. And the Comets are out to a 9-point lead. Kirka now gives it back to Klanick. Klanick will launch a 3. She got knocked down by Morgan Blackford, and that's going to be 3 shots. Morgan now has 2 fouls. Klanik will go to the line, 3 shots. As I mentioned, this sophomore in Medina's 74-50 win over Solon in Medina a couple weeks ago went for 35 points. She's the engine that makes them go. She buries all 3, cutting the Solon lead to 6 points. Mackie Blackford now, she has 11 points on the night, and Medina jumps in a 1-2-2. Comets had some trouble with this the last time. Lance throws it into traffic. Shook comes away with it. Good ball handler. Finds Kirka, 3-ball. Missed it. Olszewski with the board. Mackie Blackford into the front court. Corner to Lance. She'll launch the 3 off the front of the iron. Comes to Bobie. Kate Bobie, senior. Into the front court. Gives to Olivia Klanik. Klanik with screen from Joyner. She'll launch a 3-ball. She missed it. Shook with the board. Turnaround. No good. Patriarchal got a piece of it. Joyner jumped into the lane and tied up Blackford, and the ball will go back over to Solon on the possession arrow. Kaylin Gaiman and Kaylee Levenhagen check in for Solon. Jenna White checks in for Medina. And again, Medina's in this 1-2-2. They tried to trap in the corner the last time down. They had 3 girls going out there to do what only 2 of them should have been. But Solon is running Mackie Blackford off a screen. She goes around Joyner. She loses the handle. On the floor, it's going to go to Medina. And the Comets had some trouble with that 1-2-2 zone the last time they played. And I would look for Coach Case to keep them in that defense. Joyner stuck in the corner, gives it to Klanik. Klanik gets around Levenhagen into the front court. Gets trapped by Blackford and fouled by Blackford. Mackie Blackford, I think that's going to be her second. We certainly can't afford to lose her. Morgan checks in. Morgan Blackford checks in for Olszewski. Klanik will be at the line. And she's already had an effect on this game since she's been off the bench, which she was relegated to with 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. She's cut the Solon lead to 5. She's cut it to 4. It's a 23-19 ball game. We're midway through the second quarter. And Medina continues to play that 1-2-2, trying to match up out of it. They get Morgan Blackford the ball in the middle of it. She dishes to Gaiman. Gaiman's going to launch a 3. She missed it long. On the floor, Jenna White hustles after it. We're going to get a tie-up. And possession arrow favors Medina. And Solon continues to run backcourt man pressure. Klanik to trigger. He's going to find Joyner in the front court against Levenhagen, who throws it up and in. She kind of dipped her shoulder. Kaylee might have been wise to take the charge there. And she's got Medina within 2 points. Mackie Blackford now. She got fouled on the pass by Bobie. And this will be the bonus situation. Comets are 1 foul away from double bonus. Medina has committed 9 team fouls. Comets have committed 7. That's Bobie's second personal. Mackie Blackford's first shot is up and in. Sights it, shoots it, got it. Mackie now with 13 points. Kayla Joyner. Hands to Olivia Klanik. She's going to get it into the front court. Kaylin Gaiman picks her up. She dishes, though, inside. That's the number I don't have. That's Sylvie Hip, I'm not sure. Mackie Blackford beats pressure at the top of the key, but loses the handle. Fights for the rebound for the loose ball. Morgan Blackford, and I think that's Hip. And the call is Solon basketball. Shook and Kirka check back in. They're a good ball handling duo, and Klanik remains. Mackie Blackford from way out, got it. 2 steps beyond the three-point line. It's hard for the opponents to know that she's going to launch it from there because there aren't too many players that do. Shook will get into the front court, go hard to the hole, lay it up, no good. Joyner fighting for it. Levenhagen had position, but Medina will retain possession. It's a 5-point Solon lead with 2:38 to go in the first half. Erica Olszewski checks in for Kaylee Levenhagen. Klanik triggers to Joyner, to Shook, looking for Klanik around a screen. Shook hands it to Joyner. Joyner turnaround and got it. Kayla Joyner. Sophia Lance way up top, cross courts to Mackie Blackford, to Kaylin Gaiman, inside to Olszewski, lost the handle, and Medina comes away with it. They hand to Klanik, who will bring it up, down 3 points. We're approaching the 2-minute mark of the second. Olivia Klanik hands to Addie Shook. The Comets look like they ran into a little 1-2-2 of their own, but Mackie Blackford gets called for the foul there. She got caught in the air. That may be her third. Okay, just her second. We get an official timeout. Some kind of caution for the fans. Number 4, Eddie Shook. Solid player for a freshman. Knocks down the front end. Game reset. Medina has committed 9, so Solon will be in the double bonus with the next foul. Solon's committed 8. And we've got a 28-27 ball game as Shook makes the pair. Not sure what happened there. Maybe the clock hadn't started. All right. The referee noticed, so we start again. Mackie Blackford brings it up. Sophia Lance into the front court. Kaylin Gaiman. Morgan Blackford getting doubled. Finds Olszewski at the free throw line, who throws it over Kaylin Gaiman's head. Right idea to look opposite, but threw it too high. Klanik now. Could have somebody deep. Yep. I think that's Hip. I don't have a number for 15, a name. I'll get it at the half. Kate Bobie checks back in. Mackie Blackford into the front court. Picks up her dribble, hands to Morgan. Morgan's going to drive. And she's going to pick up the foul on Kayla Joyner. Joyner, that's just her first. And Morgan Blackford will go to the line. Try to extend this Solon lead. She misses the first. She knocks down the second. It's 29-27 Solon. We're down to a minute and a half here in the first quarter. They continue that backcourt press. Olivia Klanik. Hands to Bobie, back to Klanik. Klanik finds Kirka, open for a 15-footer, which was in and out. Joyner inside, can't make the putback, and Morgan Blackford comes away with it. Left-hand dribble, going the length of the court, being chased by Shook to Lance to Gaiman, and it's stolen. Olivia Klanick's going to go in for an uncontested left-hand layup and tie the score with a minute to go in the half. We're all knotted at 29. Mackie Blackford to Sophia Lance, who buries the three from the corner for the Lady Comets. Klanick and Bobey now in the backcourt trying to break this pressure. They get it over to Kirka. Kirka one dribble to Klanick. Klanick lost the handle. Morgan Blackford's going to steal it, and she's going to go the length of the court and make the layup. Puts the Comets out to a 5-point lead. Again, Klanick and Bobey trying to break the pressure together. They do get it over the timeline. Klanick goes the hole, left-hand layup, missed it. Kirka can't get the rebound. She's going to get called for over the back. And Mackie Blackford will go to the line, shooting 2 shots as the Comets are in the double bonus. It's a 5-point Comet lead. We're at 17 seconds to go here in the first half. Mackie Blackford, 2 shots. Buries the first. We get subs. Raquel Thompson. Marissa Sladkey for Medina, number 34. Blackford makes them both. Sydney Hazelwood checks in. Got to keep Mackie out of foul trouble here with just 17 seconds to go, because she has 2. It wouldn't make sense for her to commit a third this close to the half. Shook brings it into the front court against Hazelwood and threw it away. Sladkey couldn't get it. They're playing a little offense-defense. So Blackford girls come back in here to try to get a bucket. Gaiman and Thompson sit down. So they're going to try to extend this 7-point lead with 1 shot here before the half ends. Blackford gets into the lane, tries to dish it to her sister. Klanick's got it, under a second, launches it, almost made it, but that's the way the half will end. The Solon Lady Comets vault out late in the second quarter to a 7-point lead. Going into the half, it's Solon 36 and Medina 29. See you after the half. Back here at Solon High School for the second half of this pivotal Greater Cleveland Conference contest between the Medina Lady Battling Bees and the Solon Lady Comets. We have a 36-29 halftime score. For Medina, Addie Shook has 4 points. Kate Bobey has 2. Olivia Klanick has 7. Sylvie Hipp with 2. Izzy Kirka with 4. Miley Roberts has 2. And Kylie O'Cull has 2. I'll get to the Solon scoring momentarily. Mackie Blackford, front court. Hansa Olszewski. Morgan Blackford to the hole. No one's covered that play all year. Opposite elbow, dive deep to the basket, and they're getting layups off of it. Kate Bobey now in the front court. Gives it to Miley Roberts, to Olivia Klanick, the sophomore and leading scorer for Medina. It's going to throw up a left-hand shot. No good. Rebound, Haley Johnson. Now Roberts gets it, and we're going to get a foul. Erica Olszewski is going to get called for the hack, and Miley Roberts will go to the line, the senior, for 2 free throws. For Solon, Mackie Blackford leads all scorers, 17 points. Roberts knocks down the first. Erica Olszewski has 2. Sophia Lance with a 3 ball. And Morgan Blackford, let me add this real quick, 14 points. It's a 38-31 Solon lead. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Sophia Lance gives to Morgan Blackford, left wing, against Kate Bobey. Mackie Blackford against Haley Johnson. Sophia Lance on Miley Roberts on her. Blackford's going to drive. Joyner helps. Left hand is short. Joyner with the board. Looking for somebody to dish to. Gaiman is face guarding Klanik. They don't want her to have the ball. Roberts, head fake and drive, gets stuffed by Olszewski. Mackie Blackford now into the front court to Kayla Gaiman in the corner. 3 ball, no good. Olszewski with the board to Blackford. Dribble drive, left hand, no good. Can't finish, dishes to her sister. And we're going to get a blocking foul called as Morgan went hard to the hole. Nice save by Mackie. Roberts, I think. Yep, Miley Roberts did not have position. Gets called for the block. Morgan will be at the line for 2 free throws. She knocks the first one down. Miley Roberts has to sit with her second foul. Blackford makes the second. Klanik to trigger. Can't find anybody. Now is going to throw it deep. That's Bobey with Mackie Blackford on her. She throws it up. No good. Johnson got the board, and Erica Olszewski commits the over-the-back foul. I think Erica might have 4 now. Now that's her 3rd. Team second in the second half. But she gets subbed out for Kaylee Levenhagen. It's a 40-31 Solon lead. Kirka gives it to Klanik, who drives, tries the right hand. Good help defense there. Blackford got tied up. Possession arrow favors Medina. Bobey goes hard to the hole, and off the bounce pass feed from Klanik to cut the Solon lead to 7. It's 40-33 here in the third. Mackie Blackford with Olivia Klanik on her. Crossover dribble goes down the lane, gets stopped, dishes it to Kaylin Gaiman, right wing. Blackford gets it back to her sister Morgan. Hesitation dribble, lays it up and in. Nothing Medina can do on that. That's just all athleticism by Morgan Blackford. Nice pass ahead by Kayla Joyner to Bobey, who finishes. That's what happened in the last match between these two. Joyner did a great job of feeding and making assists. Here's Mackie Blackford with a 15-footer, left it long. Levenhagen with the board, lays it up and in. 6 foot 4 inch Kaylee Levenhagen on the block there. Izzy Kirka gives the Klanik. Kaylin Gaiman doing a great job of playing defense on Klanik. Trying to make her uncomfortable as much as she can. She reaches, she's going to get called for the foul there on the floor. Klanik just tried to take her to the hole. Mia Patriarcho will spell Mackie Blackford. It's a 9-point Solon lead. 5:13 left in the third. Inbound comes to Kirka. She shot fakes, goes the hole, lays it up, and they're going to get somebody for a foul. Kaylee or Morgan? It's going to be Kaylee Levenhagen. Izzy Kirka will try to cut into this 9-point Solon lead. She knocks down the first. We're 3 minutes gone by here in the third. And Kirka let the second one short. And Morgan Blackford comes away with it into the front court. Working against Kate Bobey. She's going to launch a long three. No good. Rebound comes out to Gaiman. Gaiman back to Morgan. Morgan caught in the corner, gives to Gaiman. Out front to Levenhagen, swings it to Lance. Lance in the lane, cross court to Gaiman. Gaiman going to drive baseline, and she got stuffed. And the ball goes out of bounds, and Solon will retain possession. Mackie Blackford comes back in for Kaylin Gaiman. Addie Shook, freshman number 4, comes in for the Bees. Trying to set up Sophia Lance in the corner, but Kaylee Levenhagen rolled to the basket. Good pass there by Mackie Blackford. In the front court, it goes to Shook. Hesitation dribble. And now we get a late block. Wasn't sure what was going to get called there. It was a late whistle. It kind of looked like Shook tripped over her own 2 feet, but it winds up being a foul on Blackford, and that's her 3rd. And Coach Cruzy takes a timeout. So it's an 8-point Solon lead. So far, Medina just does not have an answer for the 2 leading scorers. And I don't know, I haven't seen too many teams that have, of Morgan and Mackenzie Blackford. When you have the inside-outside game that they do, especially Mackie, she can knock down threes from a couple steps outside the 3 line and then shot fake and drive right past you. That makes it tough. You got to play good help side defense. Olivia Klanick in the corner. She'll launch a 3. Left it on the front rim. Addie Shook with the board, and it's stripped. So Sophia Lance stripped it, and then I think they're going to get Kayla Joyner for banging into Lance. Yep, just her 2nd foul. I don't think she's left the floor. Patriarcho is out. Gaiman back in. And the Blackford girls bring it up with an 8-point lead. Levenhagen sets a high screen on Klanick. Blackford will launch the 3 and get it. That's huge. 11-point lead for Solon. Klanick trapped in the corner. Joyner trying to beat pressure. She lost it. And it goes over to Solon. The backcourt pressure has paid off all night. Kaylin Gaiman will trigger. Throws it into Mackie Blackford. Way out front to Morgan. They can spread the floor a little bit here with an 11-point lead after Mackie's 3. Sophia Lance on the cut to Levenhagen to Mackie. She tried to dish it back into Levenhagen, but Klanick got in the way. And now we get a tie up. And that's going to be Solon basketball. Lance will trigger. They try a lob to Kaylee. She can't get to it. Addie Shook comes away with it. Into the front court. She'll dribble drive. Over Levenhagen. Left it short. Levenhagen with the board. Dribbles out of it. Gets it to Morgan in the front court. Bounce pass to her sister Mackie for the 3 ball. Buried it. Mackie Blackford continues her hot shooting ways. She now has 23 of the Comets' 50 points. Addie Shook to Izzy Kirka. Kirka is going to drive on Levenhagen. Going to get an offensive foul called as Shook set a screen on Lance. And the Comets are out to a 14-point lead as Olszewski checks in for Levenhagen. Blackford girls with 43 of the Comets' 50. Morgan Blackford, left-hand dribble, Good help side defense, but again, Mackey for the 3 ball. This one, no good. We get a scrum underneath between Roberts and Olszewski. No harm, no foul. We wind up with Medina basketball, and the Comets are staying in that press, keeping the pressure on. Olszewski checks out. Patriarcho comes in. Hazelwood is in. Morgan Blackford sits down. 14-point Comet lead. And they took off the press there. They're still face guarding Klanik. Bobie's going to drive left hand. She had some space, but and the ball goes back over to Solon. She just lost the handle going to the basket. And Medina's jumping into a zone there. 1-2-2. They're going to try to trap a little bit out of it. Hazelwood on the wing, went to throw it across court, got stuffed. Now we get a timeout as in front of the Solon bench, Sydney Hazelwood was trapped. And so they will call a full timeout with a 14-point lead. Solon leads 50-36. We're late in the third quarter. And Medina just has not had an answer for the pressure that Solon has put on the basketball. They've been able to speed up the Bees. It certainly helped early in the first half when Olivia Klanik got into foul trouble. Haley Johnson got into foul trouble. Kate Bobie had to sit. Each of them had 2 fouls. That allowed Solon to vault out into a lead, but it's been their pressure. They just make you play fast. Morgan and Mackenzie Blackford are state caliber track athletes. So they've got to step on you before the game even starts. Solon will inbound out of the timeout. Mackie Blackford to trigger. Gaiman to Blackford. Blackford to Lance to Gaiman inside. And Haley Johnson gets it ahead to Klanik. Klanik in traffic throws up the right-hander and puts it in. And it's a 12-point Comet lead. They're staying in that zone. Mackie Blackford dishes to her sister Morgan, left wing, hands to Mia Patriarcho, back to Blackford, to Gaiman. Gaiman to Morgan, Morgan to Sophia Lance in the corner. And a foul's going to get called on Haley Johnson for the reach. She reached and got the body. Johnson will sit with 3 fouls. Addie Shook checks back in. We're under 2 minutes in the third. 12-point Solon lead. Mackie Blackford. Now, lost the handle and carried it. Goes back over to Medina, and again, Solon is up with the pressure. Kaylin Gaiman doing a terrific job on Olivia Klanik. She puts good on-the-ball pressure, and then when Klanik gives it up, she face guards her, and is doing a good job of not letting her get it back. She doesn't even have to help side on defense. Her job's to take Klanik away. Izzy Kirka was driving, and we get a foul that's going to, I think they're going to get Patriarcho. And Solon's up to 16 fouls, just 4 for Medina at this point. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Klanik will trigger. Can't find anybody, finds Bobie in the backcourt against Raquel Thompson. Bobie will drive. Down the middle of the lane, lays it up and in. 10-point lead for Solon. They're not going anywhere. Morgan Blackford dishes to Kaylin Gaiman, and it's stolen. Olivia Klanik. And it's stolen back by Sophia Lance. And there's going to be a pushing foul called on Kylie O'Cull. She's put her hand in the back of Sophia Lance in the back court. Levenhagen, Olszewski, and Blackford check back in. A 10-point Comet lead. Approaching the 1-minute mark of the third. Mackie Blackford's going to get doubled. Throw cross court to her sister Morgan. Left-hand dribble. And there's going to be a backcourt violation. A little bit of three-guard pressure there for for Medina. Out of that 1-2-2 was enough to turn the Lady Comets over. Klanick to Bobey. Bobey against Lance. Brings it into the front court, left wing. Dribbles into the corner, still with it. Gives it to Izzy Kirka against Levenhagen. Hands to Addie Shook. Addie Shook's going to launch a three. She's going to leave that short. O'Cull with the board. Klanick gets it, missed it. Olszewski ripping it out of there. What are they going to call? They're going to call a tie-up. Medina inbound. Klanick to Kirka. That's a 2. No good. Mackie Blackford, nice box out on Klanick. Into the front court. Under 25 seconds. Morgan Blackford now. And watched by O'Cull. Mackie Blackford, left wing. Can't leave her open. Morgan's going to launch a three. And in and out. Rebound comes to Kirka. Kirka ahead to O'Cull to Klanick. 5 seconds of play in the third quarter. She'll launch the three and miss it. And that's the way the third quarter will end. It's Solon out to a 10-point lead, 50-40 over Medina. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. Back here at Solon High School for the fourth quarter. This is the battle for first place in the Greater Cleveland Conference. The winner of this game is likely going to have the inside track to win the Greater Cleveland Conference. The Comets are defending champs. They come out with the Blackford sisters, Kaylin Gaiman, Sophia Lance, Kaylee Levenhagen. Medina counters with Olivia Klanick, Addie Shook, Kate Bobey, Kayla Joyner, and Kylie O'Cull. They're jumping into a man-for-man now because they got to play a little more aggressive defensively, and the Comets, I would look for them to work for a good shot, which basically means anything that a Blackford shoots. Morgan, left wing, she's going to drive. She'll get stuffed, but they're going to get somebody with the body. It's going to be Bobey, her third. That's the team's 6th foul. Both teams with 6 team fouls here in the second half. Morgan Blackford now knocks down her 21st point. Mackie has 23. Morgan looking for 22. And it's in and out. Addie Shook with the board. It's an 11-point Solon lead. Shook. Dribble drive. Lays it up. Got fouled on the way to the rim. She's going to have a chance to shoot 2 free throws with the clock stopped. They're going to get Sophia Lance for the foul on the arm. The next, well, now Medina with the next foul. Medina will be in the, I stand corrected. They are now in the bonus, but this is a 2-shot foul for Shook. She makes the first. Chance to cut the Solon lead to 9. Made them both. Shook with 6 points now. Morgan Blackford ahead to Kaylee Levenhagen. To Mackie Blackford. Throws it cross court to Gaiman. To Morgan. To Mackie. Mackie. Shot fake. Drive. Layup. Got Klanick in the air. That's what's going to happen when you're knocking down those threes. As soon as you throw a shot fake up there, everybody's going to go for it. Klanick will throw up a three. No good. Kaylee Levenhagen doing a nice job of rebounding and showing toughness and coming down with that board and then getting the foul. Good to see Kaylee stepping up her game. She's 6'4", very long, and can affect shots around the rim. She went for 10 points recently in a game the Comets won 51-50 at Lakota East. She missed the free throw, though. Morgan Blackford, though, strips Joyner for the rebound, throws it back out, and that's going to be an over and back violation. At this point, Olivia Klanick's got to be thinking Kaylin Gaiman is going to be asking her for a ride home, because she is with her everywhere she goes. Morgan Blackford with a block. She did it standing still. She didn't have to jump. Put her hands straight up. Mackey inside as Levenhagen was calling for the ball. She got behind the defense, but Mackey threw it away. 11 points, under 7. Miley Roberts trying to find Klanick, and Gaiman just doing that terrific job of keeping the ball out of her hands. Klanick does get the ball, gets into the front court, and got caught in the air and threw it away. And a football game broke out there for a second. Possession arrow favors Medina. Kirka checks in, Bobby sits down. Shook will trigger. And they get Kirka open on the backside for a layup. And it's a 9-point lead. McKenzie to Morgan to McKenzie to Lance. Almost a steal by Klanick. Mackey looks for Levenhagen, gets it to Lance. Shook in the passing lane, goes out of bounds. Solon basketball. Olszewski checks in for Levenhagen. Gaiman throws it into the backcourt for Morgan. Morgan tried to feed her sister. Klanick got in the passing lane. We're 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. It's still a 9-point Solon lead. Gaiman will trigger. Find Morgan on the back door. She missed the layup. Kirka got the board, handed it to Klanick. Klanick into the front court, being harassed by Kaylin Gaiman. Gets a pick from Kirka. Kirka gets the ball back, launches an 18-footer, no good. Shook was in there for the board. The ball goes out of bounds off Solon. It'll stay here with Medina. Klanick leads the Medina scorers with 9. She's got the ball in the corner. She'll miss the 3. Kirka tries to put it back up, no good. And somehow the Bees retain possession there. Kaylee Levenhagen checks in for Olszewski. Roberts tries to fight it up over the 6'4" Levenhagen. Can't do it. Blackford with a terrific crossover dribble. Hands to her sister for the 3 ball. She left it short. Gaiman and Levenhagen fighting for it. Kaylee Levenhagen showing some toughness on the boards. I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's no 42-19 advantage in this one that Medina had the last time these two teams played. Good to see Kaylee stepping up her game. Mackie Blackford having trouble finding anybody. Timeout called. Nobody was getting open. 9-point Comet lead. We're at 5 minutes, 21 seconds here in the fourth. You want to run down the scoring for the Comets, you don't need to look any further than Mackie Blackford, 25, Morgan Blackford, 21. 46 of their 53. This is the way this has gone for the Comets since they've lost Cheyenne Hatcher and their starting point guard. Nia Booker. Cheyenne Hatcher was the league player of the year a year ago in the Greater Cleveland Conference for girls basketball. And so that's a big void that they've had to fill. Well, the Blackford girls have filled it extremely well, upping their offensive output. They were averaging 19 and 18 a game since that time. Those numbers have gone up. For Medina, it's Olivia Klanik with 9 hard-earned points. They're making her earn everything. She's trying to get the ball up on the rim whenever and wherever she can. She's been given the green light without a doubt. Addie Shook has 6 for the Bees. Izzy Kirka has 5. Miley Roberts has 4. Haley Johnson is in the game now for Medina. Mackey, bounce pass, kicked ball. Sophia Lance, 3 ball. She'll get fouled. She missed the 3, but Izzy Kirka trying to get a hand in her face, fouled her. She's going to get 3 shots. She knocks down the first of 3. Makes the second. And the third. 12-point Comet lead. We're at the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Kayla Joyner has checked back in. Addie Shook has it in the front court. Gives to Haley Johnson. And they dribble it straight out of bounds. That's what that press will do to you. Just makes you play faster. You don't have a chance to just stop. You got people chasing you. And the Comets have been putting that pressure on them all night. Now they're in a diamond and 1. Olszewski throws it cross court to Blackford. She gets trapped at the midcourt line. 3 players on her. She finds her sister. Klanik tries to pick up the loose ball by dribbling. Joyner and Olszewski are going to be on the floor. They're going to call a tie-up. And it'll be Medina basketball. Klanik to inbound. Finds Kirka with Morgan Blackford on her. Kirka will launch a 15-footer in and out. Joyner with the board against Olszewski. Gives it to Bobie. Bobie misses the 3. Kirka can't get the rebound. Lance gets it and throws it cross court to Blackford, but Bobie steals the pass, goes hard to the hole and lays it in. And a timeout called by Coach Karen Case for Medina with 4.5. She calls a full timeout. Good flurry there for Medina. Sophia Lance with a great save in the corner. Threw the ball back toward the bucket, got it through to Morgan Blackford, but when Morgan went to outlet it, Kate Bobie made a terrific play, got her hand in the passing lane, retrieved the deflection, and then went hard to the hole to cut the Solon lead to 10. Medina is not going away. It'll be Solon basketball coming out of the timeout in the backcourt. The foul situation is Solon's committed 7 and Medina's committed 8. So once Medina commits their 10th, Solon will be in the double bonus. Both teams are in the bonus with 7 and 18 fouls apiece. And a 10-point Solon lead. So Solon with the basketball. Medina's trying to change up this backcourt defense they've got. It's looking like a diamond or a 2-1-1, but the idea is they want to press. Little give and go to Mackie Blackford. She gets it ahead to Kaylin Gaiman, and she's going to get trapped, and she's going to get fouled. Izzy Kirka. They had Gaiman trapped in front of the Solon bench. Kaylin Gaiman, 2 shots. Missed the first one. Missed the rim, so blew it dead. Kayla Joyner checks in for Izzy Kirka, and they'll try to break the Solon press with a 1-4. Joyner has the ball, shut off by Olszewski. She gets into the front court. She keeps her dribble, hands to Bobby, who'll drive, find Joyner underneath, who'll do the finish, pulling to within 8. Again now, Medina in the backcourt with a press. Morgan Blackford to her sister Mackey, to Sophia Lance, to Erica Olszewski, right wing, to Morgan Blackford between the circles, to Lance, back to Blackford, taking some of the air out of it. We're under 4 minutes. Lance to Blackford. Oh, the ball went off her. I know they're going to get a foul. The ball did deflect off of Mackey's leg, but they're going to call a foul on the arm. So she'll get 2 shots. Chance for her to get points 26 and 27. Knocks down the first. Kylie O'Cull checks in for Addie Shook. Under the 4-minute mark. Mackie Blackford makes the second. She's got 27 on the day. Klanick gives to Haley Johnson. O'Cull dropped the ball, had to save it. Johnson's on the floor. Timeout. Coach Case makes a good call there while she still had possession. And that's what this press can do to you. Not only does it speed you up, but you got to make sure you got 5 players on the floor, which isn't always possible in girls basketball, that can handle the ball. So you don't know who's going to wind up with it and where. It's not like playing half-court offense where you can anticipate people cutting. When you're in the backcourt and you're being pressed, people have to handle the basketball who don't normally. Kayla Joyner did a good job of that in the first game between these 2 teams and dished the ball. She can handle it. But all 5 on the floor at once have to handle the basketball. So they send out Kirka, Johnson, Bobby, Joyner, and Klanick. Klanick triggers, and Gaiman's right back in front of Klanick, making sure she doesn't get it back. Joyner will drive, give it to Kirka. Left corner, she'll now drive down the lane, lay up a 15-footer on the rim, no good. Rebound went off of Olszewski and out of bounds. And Levenhagen comes in on the inbound underneath, so she can affect a shot or 2. If somebody tries to shoot one inside, Joyner's got the, she's going to launch a 3. And she got it. And the Bees are within 7. And the Blackfords are trying to break this press, and Haley Johnson's putting pressure on Morgan Blackford. Kaylee Levenhagen finds Mackie Blackford, who drove to the basket, no good. Rebound comes out to Medina. Kirka into the front court. Mackie Blackford back tap. Lance has the ball, gets it to Mackie. Mackie into the front court, hands it to Levenhagen. She'll try an 8-footer, no good. Ball's on the floor, and we'll get a tie-up, and the possession arrow will favor Solon. Good flurry there. Kayla Joyner in the corner knocks down a 3 to pull Medina within 7. Addie Shook comes in for Kirka. Olszewski comes in for Levenhagen. Blackford finds Olszewski, dishes it out to Morgan, to Lance, to Mackie. Mackie with Klanick on her. Shook switches out on her. Mackie breaks it. throws up the left hand, no good. Joyner with the board, outlets to Klanik. Klanik to Shook. Shook throws up a running one-hander, no good. And the rebound went to Lance, who got fouled by Bobby. And Sophia Lance is going to go to the line. She's going to have 2 shots in the double bonus. Klanik gave up the ball there to Shook. Surprised at that. Because with Kaylin Gaiman ball hawking her and denying her the basketball, she hasn't seen it much. And when she does, she should probably try to do something with it. Lance makes 1 of 2. Comets are out to an 8-point lead. This is Bobby in the front court getting doubled. She keeps the ball. She made a good pass, but Joyner could not handle it. 8-point lead. Bobby beat the pressure there. But Joyner was a little slow in rolling to the basket. Lance to Blackford. Blackford to Blackford. To the other Blackford. Mackey has it back tapped, and Medina somehow gets it without the ball going out of bounds. Haley Johnson. The ball went out of bounds, and it'll be Medina basketball. Sophia Klanik, the sophomore. It's not a foul. It's not a foul. Talented player, but showing some of her youthful awareness and giving up the basketball too early. They had difficulty getting it in. A scrum breaks out. Bobby and Gaiman wind up getting tied up. And it'll be Medina's basketball. Klanik throws it inside to Joyner. Olszewski battling her. Shook's got it. Morgan gets away with a reach. Shook lays it up, no good. And Klanik got inside for the board and threw it up and got fouled on the shot. She's going to have 2 free throws. Try to pull this Solon lead down to 6 points. It's 59-51. Knocks down the first. We get a sub, O'Cull, for Bobby. Misses the second. Morgan Blackford with the board. Dishes it out to her sister Mackey. Medina's trying to double. Morgan Blackford drives. Dishes across to Olszewski. To Mackey. Mackey gets in the lane. Lays up the 10-footer and makes it. Big bucket there. 9-point lead. Johnson into the front court to Shook. Shook picks up her dribble. Finds Johnson. Johnson traveled with the basketball. A minute 16 to go. Bobby checks back in for O'Cull. Mackey Blackford finds Erica Olszewski. She looks opposite to Sophia Lance, back to Mackey. Mackey into the front court. She drives into the lane. She lost the handle. Addie Shook's got it. Again, Gaiman doing a great job of denying Klanik the ball. Bobby will go to the hole. And we'll get a foul called. Sophia Lance kind of got run into there, but she was moving. And that's what's going to give Bobby the 2 shots. It's a 9-point Comet lead. We're under a minute. She swishes the first. Kirka checks in for Johnson. Seven-point Solon lead. Timeout, Medina. Under a minute, full timeout, 56 seconds to go. Here's your game reset. The visiting Medina Bees have committed 10 fouls. Well, both teams will be in the double bonus with the next one, no matter what. They've committed 10 and 9 respectively. For Solon, it's again Mackie Blackford with an incredible scoring output inside and outside. She's got 29 points. Morgan Blackford, her sister, has 21. Sophia Lance stepped up today with 7 and several hustle plays. Kaylee Levenhagen has been good around the glass. Erica Olszewski continues to give the Comets physical play inside, no-nonsense player who can handle the basketball a bit, knows her role. Kaylin Gaiman, terrific job of shutting down the opponent's star player, Olivia Klanick. Olivia Klanick just 11 points. She went for 35 the last time these two teams met, 35. Comets come out with their starting group, the Blackfords, Kaylin Gaiman, Sophia Lance, and Erica Olszewski. Medina has Roberts, Bobey, Kirka, Klanick, and Shook. Their smaller lineup. There's Klanick with the steal. She'll launch a three. She left it short, didn't follow it. Lance throws it cross court to Blackford. She's getting doubled. She'll get hacked by Kirka. Izzy Kirka just fouled out of this one. Kylie O'Cull will check in. Mackie Blackford, 2 shots. First one rattles out. Second one is good. 8-point Comet lead. 42 seconds of play. Klanick inbounds to Bobey. Bobey will bring it up against pressure. She'll get into the front court. She'll get stripped by Morgan Blackford. Morgan Blackford right back the other way. Gets doubled and fouled by Bobey. And that should just about do it. Morgan Blackford with the nice strip. Bobey tried to make something happen there. Bobey's got 5. She's fallen out of this game. Haley Johnson checks back in. Morgan Blackford at the line looking for points 22 and 23. Missed the first. Missed them both. Rebound come to Shook. Shook to Johnson. Johnson bounced past the Klanick. Drives the lane, lays it up and in and got fouled. Kaylin Gaiman can't believe it. I agree with her. I don't think there was much there. Klanick cuts the lead to 5. 22 seconds. Mackie Blackford. Backcourt, it's stolen. O'Cull threw it to Klanick. Johnson to the hole, missed the layup. O'Cull for the rebound. She knocked it out of bounds. Olszewski to Blackford, trapped in the corner. Throws it out off of Klanick's leg. We're under 9 seconds to go. I don't know what's going on. There's some barking going on. Blackford to inbound, cross court to Morgan. Morgan's got it. Mackey's got it, and the clock is going to wind down. She got fouled. They will get Klanick for the foul there in the backcourt. That'll send Mackey to the line for 2 shots, a 5-point lead, and the Comets are going to go on and win this one. A physical battle this was. Precursor to playoff basketball, which will be starting in the coming weeks. I think the seeding goes on next week. And this will help Solon get a higher seed than they might have previously. And that's the way the game is going to end. Your final score from Solon High School: the Solon Lady Comets defeat the Medina Lady Battling Bees. A final score 64-57. Have a good day, everybody.